Hello everyone, this is HES Guys here, back to some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm 1v1 action. This time it is not, I repeat, it is not from ATC. It is instead from one of my other favorite tournaments, Zotac. Now, the reason I like Zotac is not necessarily because they have a huge prize pool with millions of dollars flying out to these players, but because they have consistently done tournaments since the release of Wings of Liberty. They do tournaments, I think it's every week. I know it's at least every month, but basically what they do is a bunch of what are called Zotac Cups, and essentially it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a minor tournament that is consistently played, I believe with a little bit of money on the line. And either way, though, they do get a lot of the best players working their way all the way through the Zotac Cup, as they do like to have practice in a tournament setting. One of those players that is very well known down here on the bottom left side is going to be Acer Scarlett. And she is going to be going up against, from Team PK, GungFuBanda. GungFuBanda. Very, very difficult name to actually say there. And I actually looked him up on Wikipedia, and yes, GungFuBanda Banda is correct name. I don't think it spells anything backwards. Backwards it would be Adnab Buff Gung Nug. Not really anything backwards there. I'm not quite exactly sure what his name means. He is a German player. And he used to be on, well, he's currently playing for Planet Key Dynamics, and he used to be on Team Influence and iPlay, which were also German teams there. Not sure what his name means. If you guys speak German or something, you can definitely let me know. But I will say, he is actually a pretty good player here. Going to be playing Scarlett, obviously. But also has taken games off of players like Hasuabs and Zaka, and has also defeated Hero Marine, Acro, Apocalypse, and someone named Chubbs. I'm honest, I'm not sure who Chubbs is. But either way, a very powerful player. And the most interesting thing about him, he's only 15. That is pretty awesome. If I was good as he is at StarCraft at 15, then I would have played a lot more StarCraft. That is for sure. That's probably why he's better than me, is that he does play a lot of StarCraft. But kind of curious to see how he shapes up against Scarlett. I think Scarlett is definitely a well-known fan favorite. She does very well in tournaments. She, I would say, used to really suffer from kind of anxiety and basically playing in front of large audiences. Nerves. Her nerves would get to her. I don't know if anxiety is really the correct word, but definitely nerves at those big live events she really struggled with. But lately, I would say, overall, she's been doing okay in the live tournaments and has done quite well for Team Acer. So, always a big shout out to Acer for, number one, the ATC, which I've been casting a lot on this channel, but number two, for picking up a player as good as her, kind of mixing her in with the awesome Terrans they have, making a pretty outstanding team. So, good job, whoever is running Team Acer over there. And it looks like Scarlett going to go ahead and go for the early expand. Not the earliest expansion, of course, as we do already have Lings on the field. And one little drone right there. He didn't get the memo that that store is not open yet. The Queen going to wander her way down there as well. Overlord up here. Got to be scouting out exactly the timing of that expansion. And you know what? GungFuBanda. God, that is such a long name to say. Way too many syllables there. But anyways, he is going to be able to get that early tech out, which is something that Protoss players love to be able to pull off, is if they don't have to Forge Fast expand, if they can go for the one gate, even into a Cybernetics core, into the expansion, then as a Protoss player, you're feeling pretty good if you can actually complete those things. Now, who's not feeling good is this one Zealot over here. He has one job. Well, actually, he has one job, which is to do all the jobs. He's got to protect that pylon. He can't let those units inside the base. So pretty good micro on the Zealot to scare the Lings away from the pylon, but also prevent them from getting inside the base. That one Ling right there, got to try and make a bad dash for it. Will actually make it. Mothership Core here, got to end that run short. Although, the fact that Scarlett was able to see the Mothership Core, able to see that there was no major tech right here, and also the timing of the expansion, that's going to tell her basically what's going on. Although she needs to get a status update, because there is already a Stargate on the way at the edge of GungFuBanda's. I just want to say Kung Fu Panda is really what I think it should be. Although Scarlett kind of catching wind of what may be going on, she is going to get a status update here as she is checking her Facebook. She did see the one gateway there. The Ling, however, has surprisingly not actually scouted up there, as Scarlett is saying, you know what, whatever scouting intel I'm going to be getting is not worth losing an Overlord just yet, which is interesting. Because normally a Zerg player would be losing an Overlord at this point. Ling right there got to try and make it, but a good angle right here by GungFuBanda is got to prevent that. And, you know, honestly, a Stargate is kind of one of those hidden in plain sight type situations where, theoretically, on paper, this should be easy to scout out, but I don't think Scarlett's going to see it before the Oracle actually gets there. We do have a proxy pylon already set up by GungFuBanda, which is kind of a fun name to say now that I'm getting a little bit used to it. But either way, it does look like the probe right there has been spotted and also does drop the pylon down right there. I believe Scarlett should be able to kill us off with the Lings and the Queens here, no problem, as there's just not enough here to prevent it, I believe. And there's the cancel right there. But keep in mind that this pylon has already been set up and established and can warp in units on the low ground if he decides to, which I'm assuming is going to be the plan here. We do have the Oracle going to be moving out. Mothership Core is ready to go. We do have a Spore Crawler in production, as well as a Spine here at the top of the ramp. So Scarlett realizing there is definitely going to be some early pressure right now, and she has got to prepare. More Zealots warping in right here. The Oracle going to swoop on it. Keep in mind that Oracles are ridiculously fast. Is it going to take on the Queens directly? Probably not a good bet, as the Oracle is going to try to escape there. Maybe find some softened up drones with no defense. Not sure that's going to happen, though. It does look like Zealots coming in from all sides to begin breaking up that ramp, and we'll see if that is actually enough to deal any major damage. The Oracle not really going to be prevalent in this fight. There goes the Time Warp. Would have loved to be able to maybe use a Mass Recall to save some of these units instead. The Zealots do get cleaned up quite easily, so this attack does get kind of shut down before it really begins. Not even able to begin harassing that expansion. Do keep in mind, though, that GungFuBanda, I think I said it right, GungFuBanda is at 2 bases, while Scarlett is also at 2 bases, and that means that Zerg is basically down a base from where they would like to be, as the Oracles I think are going to be pushing these troop tours back as well. And basically GungFuBanda knows that if Scarlett's making enough Lings to kill this off, then Scarlett's making way too many Lings. It does look like a couple sentries back at home going to be just fine. Force fields come on up. Not able to trap those Lings, but definitely preventing them from doing that much. I gotta say, GungFuBanda's way of playing this out is actually kind of cool. Using the Oracles to clean up the creep tumors, using just enough Zealots here to prevent those Lings from actually cleaning them up. And of course the Oracles can join in and killing off those Lings as well, which is exactly what they may do here. And that basically makes these Zealots untouchable. They are literally the untouchables at this point. We'll be able to kill off a couple of Zerglings here as well, and Oracles can join in with the DPS at any time. And here we go. That's going to be a lot of dead Lings if she's not careful. And this base over here might actually get killed off by the Oracles. It will, forcing the cancel there literally at the very last second. The Queen's finally going to be joining in, but the Oracles aren't quite done just yet. Mothership Core trying to get out of there. A very awesome build here by GungFuBanda. Did end up getting a little bit of the short end of the stick there, but you can see kind of the idea, the build philosophy in that build order is actually pretty cool. Might actually be working on a third base already. If you let a Protoss player get an early third, you had better have a plan for it. And it does look like the Lings right there are going to try and prevent that third base from going down. Not sure if that's going to happen. There's going to be Hallucinating Phoenix. These are, of course, they don't do any damage. They're basically fakes, but they are very good for scouting. Very fast moving units. And the poor Stalker, though, does get trapped. The Zealot there, unfortunately, able to help him. It's like that scene in Titanic when she'll never let go, but as soon as Jack's dead, she lets go so fast.